I'm Doug Blonsky, the President and CEO of the Central Park Conservancy and Central Park Administrator. You know, as you can see when you come into the Hallett Nature Sanctuary, everything is very wild, but we did put out a series of trails for people to follow. This is really a place where people can come and actually read the tags of what the plants are, because we want you to get an appreciation for nature. This is one of my favorite locations in the park, and also obviously in the Hallett Nature Sanctuary. And when you look down over this incredible view, looking down on the pond and looking across at the Manhattan schist on the other side, probably the closest thing that you and I will get to see that really tells you what New York City was like before it was developed. Back in the 70s and 80s, Central Park was a much different place. You know, the benches were all broken, the lights were broken, graffiti covered much of the park. This is kind of a very significant restoration for us, because it's kind of one of the last locations in the park that we just really haven't been able to get to in a very large way. I love coming to this location because it can remind you that Central Park is completely man-made. You know, every tree was brought in, the water bodies were dug out, the hills were created, and even this incredible little waterfall right here. Right now, there's a great variety of wildlife in here. You know, birds are clearly the dominant species that you see. I absolutely ran into a couple small raccoons running around, so we have a family of raccoons. There's squirrels all over the place, and it's interesting because I really think they kind of feel like this is their area of the park, and we're the visitors coming into their location. I find this area to be special for me personally because, you know, it's amazing that you're literally just a few feet from some of the highest buildings in the world, and you're just a few feet from Fifth Avenue and the hustle and bustle of Midtown. What's kind of neat for us is thinking that, you know, 843 acres is what Central Park is. That number is not going to change, but in reality, it just got 4 acres bigger.